Hello, citizens of the planet. Welcome back to Monday Musings with Larry Lelli. Okay, this week at Secondhand Lions, it's very exciting. The orchestra has come into the theater. We're running dress rehearsals. And first we do sound check and everything. We have an amazing sound designer here. His name is Kai Harada, who I've worked with before on $1 Million Quartet on Broadway. And he's great. A lot of fun. And so we're working with him, getting the orchestra all set up in the pit, and getting all the sound levels balanced, and figuring out, this is a pretty large orchestra for this piece, and it's really loud. That's what it comes down to. Like, these orchestrations are brilliant, and they sound like a film soundtrack. I mean, they're massive, and we have a huge brass section in the band, and they sound amazing. And then a string section as well, and full woodwind section, and a rhythm section. And a percussionist, Paul Hansen, who I may have mentioned before. Phenomenal Paul Hansen, Seattle resident and percussionist extraordinaire, and he creates a lot of new percussion books for Broadway shows that start out in the Fifth Avenue Theater in Seattle before they come to Broadway. So a quick little shout out to him. But anyway, so we're trying to fit everybody in the pit and figure out how to balance all the levels between the sound design and between actual acoustic design in the pit itself. Like, we've already put baffling around myself to try to control so that the drums aren't bleeding into the other section, the microphones for the other sections, because I have a really big drum and percussion setup in the pit, and which I've already shown you a little bit of previously on the videos. And Paul has a big percussion rig set up, and so they've kind of, cordoned him off with some soundproofing material to separate him from the rest of the orchestra as well. But also, we're having to figure out how to just balance the acoustics of the theater. This is a beautiful old theater, which is maybe, I don't know exactly, I think it's over 100 years old, from what I understand. I should know. I should look that up. It's a beautiful theater. It's got a massive ceiling. It's super high. So as soon as we play a little something, it goes boom, just shoots out there into the audience, which is wonderful, and how this theater was designed and why it works so well. But this is very different music. This music was not around. This style and type of music was not in existence back when this theater was designed. So we are having to kind of adapt the electric elements and the amplified elements of this music to fit the space so that we can hear everything. And it's a process. So there's a lot of time we're just working on the sound, trying to make sure that the vocalists can be heard and that all the different instruments can be heard, and that no one is fighting against anyone else. It's a really complex thing that maybe many people don't think about. But it's not like you can just write something and it automatically works and it's perfect. A lot of times you have to work and fine-tune everything so that the important things all are always reaching the listener. It's a very, very tricky and delicate balance of things, combining all these different elements, even including the sound effects from the show. Sometimes there are sound effects which may be an explosion or a ship horn or car traffic, things like that. It's all these little elements have to come and fit perfectly together so that the audience member can receive the proper oral information. Oral by A-U-R-A-L. Oral. Okay, I'm too tired. You're getting the idea of what I'm saying. So this is what we're doing this week. It's really exciting. It's very challenging. We're going to make it happen. It's going to be cool. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week.